Hey, what's going on? Ed Fletcher here, and I wanted to jump on and talk about a conversation that's kind of been going on my page, and that's critical race theory. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, I'm Ed Fletcher, grew up in Orangevale, California. I'm not an expert. I just play one on Facebook. Just kidding. Do your own research. But the point I wanted to make is that, as far as I can tell, critical race theory is a framework or a viewpoint for which to evaluate or look at information. It's not a class, it's not a lecture, but it's a way of looking at things. And as far as I can tell, in America for too long, we've been afraid to say the uncomfortable things, to talk about slavery and the legacy of slavery, and to make amends for it. We have, for the most part, tried to convince ourselves that we're done fixing the problem and that Barack Obama proves all that. But that's simply not the case. The structural deficiencies in America, the jail rate for African Americans, the disparities are just too obvious. So in order to lead a more perfect union, I think it's incumbent upon us to go back to the problem and try to fix it. And somebody asked whether we should be focusing on the future and not on the past. And to that I say that we need to do all the things. We need to give this future generation all the facts and to let them make the America that we intended to make, or that we wrote on paper and expressed these values that all men are created equal. So let's try to turn down the politics on this. And I know it's impossible. From as far as I can see, the current GOP doesn't really want to talk about governing, and certainly doesn't want to talk about the insurrection. And they'd rather talk about Dr. Seuss and jump from one culture conflict issue to the next in order to maintain this white rage and their sense of loss and us versus them. And that's good for Fox's ratings, and that's good for Trump elections, but that's not good for America. So let's take the politics out of the classroom, let's let the teachers teach, and let's give this generation all the information and let them make the America that we all wanted. All right, that's all I got to say. Do your own research. Keep up the fight. Ever forward. Thanks for listening.